With this, moving ahead, I would like to invite Mr. Raman Agarwal, Director of Finance Industry Development Council, for his keynote address on COVID 2 version and NBFCs. Is Mr. Agarwal with us?
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr.
Good morning.
Agarwal. Good morning.
Namaskar. Good morning. Good morning, Raviji. Good morning, Hina. And good morning to everybody who's locked in. Foremost, let me wish everybody a good health. Stay cheerful, stay happy. Times are challenging, but we shall overcome. With these words, at the outside, let me first, I think, heartily congratulate, and I am really appreciative of the efforts being put by Let's Technomedia and Raviji, especially you. It's really heartening to see in such challenging times organizing these summits virtually. I think you are doing a great service not only to the BFSI sector but the nation, I would say, because these are times when people tend to feel dejected, tend to feel low, and I think these are the times when we need to talk to each other, discuss things, and create a lot of opportunities, because I think every crisis creates opportunities. So I think it's a great effort, and please continue this good work. My all good wishes and full support to you. And thank you once again for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts.
Thank you so much, sir, on behalf of Mr. Gupta and from our team. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. So let me now come to the subject. Since I am a NBFC man, I've spent my entire career in the NBFC sector. So let me speak something about how COVID and NBFCs are coping with each other, if I can say it with that. So friends, well, as we all know, the country is currently grappling with a very ferocious, unexpected second wave of COVID, which has swept across the country, and we are seeing almost more than two-thirds of the country in a lockdown kind of a situation. And all this situation has thrown some challenges once again, which at sometimes look very grave. But let me share at the outset, being a highly optimistic person, I think, as was put forward by the Honorable Governor Reserve Bank in his address a few days back, that perhaps we have, as human beings, as Indians, learned and to cope up with such challenges, having gone through the experience of a nationwide lockdown last year. And I think we all saw how the nation really bounced back, how the economy really bounced back when we came out of the COVID 1.0. And I have absolutely not even an iota of a doubt to say that we shall bounce back after COVID 2.0, which is, I think, just about a month or so away when we shall see the bouncing back. Now, coming specifically to NBFCs, this is something which I've been saying, and I know this is a tech summit, let's being a technology-based platform, and you organize this summit meant for the CTOs, the CIOs, as we call them. While technology undoubtedly has played a humongous part, and as I said, out of this crisis, it has created a lot of opportunities for technical people, for technology to come up with some innovative solutions that we are already seeing some of them happening. I think what COVID and its lockdown has really taught us as a human being is how to maintain a perfect harmony between technology and what I call in the lending business a personal or a humane touch. NBFCs over the years have been successful in the business of retail lending, reaching out to the last mile in every nook and corner of the country, simply because of the human touch or the personal touch they have always maintained with the borrowers. And what technology has done, it is unfortunate when I hear people say that technology shall replace humans. Absolutely not. In fact, what technology has done is has really boosted and given a big boost and jump to this process of remaining in touch. You with the use of technology, you can track down your borrowers, you can track down their behavior, and using the age old methodology of maintaining a more than borrower lender relationship, NBFCs have been able to maintain in touch with majority of their borrowers, even in these challenging times. And what happened in the COVID-1 lockdown is also happening now. The entire focus currently is not at all recoveries, not at all collections at this point, but the single point agenda is to simply remain in touch with your borrowers, because it's human nature. If you are with somebody in their difficult times, they will always be with you, they shall always be honest and grateful to you. So I think the real agenda this time is to be in touch with your borrowers, all those poor guys, those three wheelers, those e-rickshaw drivers, those small tempo, the small shopkeepers, any small time businessmen whose daily lives have been very badly affected, severely impacted. Added to it is the challenges thrown by the pandemic. There are sick people in the family to cater to. So in these times, if you remain in touch, maybe gauge what additional help they need. So I think all these parameters put together have really helped the sector. And we saw, once the COVID 1.0 wave was gone and the economy started bounce back, we saw a very sharp recovery in terms of collections. And we, in fact, we as a sector were also surprised. By March, we were getting feelings from NBFCs that we had almost reached 90% of the pre-COVID levels. It was that level of bounce back which we saw. So I think the same lesson needs to be carried forward and ensure that you maintain in a good touch and be with your borrowers in these difficult times. Uh, Next, since it's the tech summit, let me speak something about more technology. I heard there was a news item recently. Niti Aayog has recommended that NBFCs should also be included in the entire system of digital payments. Even in terms of issues of credit cards. For example, currently NBFCs are allowed to issue co-branded credit cards with banks, but where the risk entirely lies with the banks. But I think this things needs to change, because with the use of technology in a big way, now there are various risk analytics models available. So I think and NBFCs have shown a lot of maturity over the years. So I think the system needs to change, and perhaps this recommendation of Niti Aayog should be considered positively. uh, Now, let me throw some, as I said, every crisis gives opportunities. So, to all the technical people sitting here, or joining the summit, or who would listen to me, maybe post my address as by view of recordings, all the CTOs, or especially the fintechs, let me throw two quick opportunities for you in the NBFC sector. First of all, this is not the time to discuss the reasons. One big challenge with the NBFC sector has been grappling over the years is the lack of updated data on the entire sector. We in the sector have been trying, we have been internally trying to do whatever we can. But I think here is a big opportunity, because if you see the kind of updated data which RBI publishes even for banks, even RBI does not do so for NBFCs. All that the data which is available from RBI is by way of the half yearly financial stability reports, or the annual report of RBI on trends and progress in banking, where we have a chapter in NBFCs. So this is the entire only authentic data available. Rest are all efforts, piecemeal efforts being made by, for example, some of the rating agencies. But of course, that data is limited to only the clients whom they cater to, or some data comes up by way of the credit bureaus. So I think there is currently a huge gap in terms of availability of updated data on NBFC. So I think I would appeal to the fintechs to please work together. And I think we at FIDC, as the industry body, will be more than happy to collaborate and coordinate, and to ensure that we have updated data for the sector. So I think that's one opportunity I would throw. Second is, again, something which has been very close to my heart and which I have been saying all these years. The NBFC sector today comprises of a large number of small NBFCs, what we call. So if you want to put me some kind of a definition, I would say all NBFCs having asset size of less than 500 crores, if you go by, say, RBI's definition. So if you look at the numbers, easily 80-85% of the companies would fall in that category. Now, for these companies, there are a lot of challenges in terms of liquidity or the fundraising. And one of the key obstacles in raising funds is the availability or the need for having an minimum required credit rating. The current rating models used by the rating agencies are similar whether you are a 5 lakh crore, 50,000 crore company or you are a 5 crore company. So, in such a scenario, getting the desired rating is a challenge. So, I would appeal that if we could develop using technology, we could develop a better rating models specifically suited for the small NBFCs where size and your spread geographically should not be a criteria. Instead, your financial health, your financial parameters, understanding of the business, and the potential in which the segment which you are catering to are considered. And using technology, if you could build some kind of a scoring or a rating model, I think that would do a world of good for this challenge which the current NBFC sector faces. So I think these are two big opportunities which I would request the fintechs of the world to really look into it. And as I said, as an industry body, we at FIDC would really welcome to work with together and ensure that we overcome this challenge. Uh, Finally, let me throw some recent examples. We saw RBI has announced a one-time restructuring. So I think I would take this opportunity to quickly address a point. We are often hearing news in the press and media, people talk about moratorium. I think we need to be clear in our mind that why and how restructuring is a far better proposition, not only for lender, but for the borrowers also. Because when we talk of restructuring, let me explain, moratorium is a small part of restructuring. Restructuring does not mean that you do not get a moratorium. Restructuring simply means that the borrower and the lender sit together and discuss that the loan which the currently borrowers enjoys from the lender, in the light of the changed circumstances, now needs to be restructured or rescheduled. So a 2-year tenure loan may be extended to a 3-year tenure. So RBI has permitted that you can extend it maximum up to up to 2 years. So if it's a 2-year loan, you can extend it up to 4 years. So those your repayment schedules can be rescheduled, and you could even include a moratorium. You can say, okay, for 4 months you don't pay anything. After 4 months you start paying. So a moratorium is kind of a subset of the restructuring exercise. So if we can understand this scenario, that restructuring is a far better proposition, and that is what RBI has done. The only challenge which remains is raising funds or the liquidity position for small NBFCs, which I think the government of India would also certainly look at. So before I end, I would throw also point of caution. We are all eagerly awaiting the report of the expert committee of RBI on the digital lending business, because we saw a plethora and real mushrooming of digital lenders, online lenders. And as I said, what really needs to be checked and kept in mind is the authenticity of the entity. That entity should be a company. And if it is a company, it should either be registered as an NBFC with RBI if it is lending on its books, or it could be having a back-to-back arrangement for sourcing and lending business for a bank or a particular NBFC. As long as these basic ground checks are done, the authenticity of the entity is in question, is fine. Otherwise, we should avoid those unscrupulous elements, because all sorts of malpractices also came in. So I'm sure once the report is out, RBI shall soon come up with some kind of a regulatory framework for digital lenders, and then we shall see a big boost, especially in these challenging times. So finally, I would like to end once again on a positive note, that while times are challenging, but I don't have even any doubt in my mind that once we are through with, and as we see the cases reducing, the economy shall certainly bounce back, and BFSI sector, especially NBFCs, are destined to play a huge role, and technology there is going to be a big enabler. So once again, congrats Elect Technomedia for the summit, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your insightful session. Like, it really adds value to the event every time when you are here. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. Thanks a lot, sir.